All right then. Hello, check, check. Hello, 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 check. I'll start in just 2 minutes if you can hear me. Just waiting for one more person. भाई वो ज्वाइन करो जल्दी फटाफट. All right. Five people, five people. I guess it's enough.
Okay, how many people?
All right. Check, check, check. शब्दों में रखना. मेरी आवाज आ रही है. आवाज आ रही है. अच्छा
आ रही है, आ रही है.
चलो ठीक है. सही है. म्यूट ऑल. होगा. ठीक है. So welcome everyone. This is a part of my assignment for my digital marketing internship, which I've been doing for like past 2 months. And this is a webinar which I have to conduct for like 30 minutes, but like I'll upload it for 15 minutes. So I needed three people, but there are more than three, so that's nice. So this webinar is based on a blog that I wrote for the same uh, marketing internship. The topic of the blog is, if you can see it, just a second, I'll present it. That's the topic. Minimize this. Yeah. Okay. The topic is how to earn. The topic is how to earn 1 crore, and this is just a clickbaity title that I gave for the blog, so I just copy pasted that. And the fundamental of this webinar is to make you guys understand and myself understand what the basics of digital marketing is, because now we are in 2020 and this is the age where we are witnessing a lot of shifts in all industries, including pharmaceuticals, marketing, job portals, and any industry that you name, it's getting on the digital forum. And because we are facing this, we are amidst this corona crisis, so we have to find a way to, cope with the situation. So this is the title of the presentation. I made this presentation in the morning, and I'm planning on launching some stuff on my website, and I haven't planned the entire thing out. So this is a part of my assignment. So yeah, let's get started. So that's the topic: how to earn 1 crore. Your extensive guide to digital marketing in 2021. And as today is the last day of 2020, that is 31st December, and from tomorrow onwards, the new year is beginning. So I hope for everyone there, 11 people who are watching, everyone will have a good, a better year to say the least than 2020, right? So, okay, all right. So the first thing before diving into anything, what is actually digital marketing, right? So first thing that I did is like type this on Google, like what is digital marketing? So you'll get countless answers. So just to put it simply, digital marketing consists of any and all marketing efforts that uses any electronic device or the internet. It's just marketing. This the means of marketing is different. The fundamentals of marketing are the same. So in today's world, there seems to be a lot of hype around the term because like people are like just hearing things like marketing, digital marketing, AI, data science, and big data and Bitcoin, and all these terms are just floating in your consciousness, but like conscious mind, and you don't really know what that means. So just to set that out straight, this is what it means in today's world. It seems to be hype around this term, and most people have lost the sight of what actually it means, right? They forgot that the fact that digital marketing is more about marketing than the digital. It's just a means of marketing. So marketing is a function within a larger business. It's about sending the right message to the right person at the right time. You have to tap into the customer's psyche for you to sell anything, your product or your company, or if you're agency, marketing agency, sell your company's product or advertise them in a specific way to a specific person so that they'll be engaged to participate with you or for you. Thus, in order to understand how digital marketing functions, we need to take a closer look at how marketing works and get a deeper understanding about its framework and how it operates. So, I've devised a 7 step marketing framework. That's the 7 step. I wrote this on a piece of paper, and like this diagram you see in front of you, I wrote it on a piece of paper. And yeah, that's about it. And the 7 steps of the marketing are: what is your offer? Like what are you offering to anyone? Like what is your offer? What are you selling? Like is it a product? Is it like, are you selling yourself as a brand? Or, and the second thing is whom you're offering it to, who's your customer, who are you targeting? There is a quote or a slogan that runs in the marketing, you know field, that if you market to everyone, you market to no one. So you can't say that you're marketing my, I have this product, I have this content, I'm marketing to everyone. It doesn't work that way. You have to have a sect of people, like who you want them, who are the people who would want to buy your product. Okay, and the third thing is when, your customer's journey. So what your customer's journey is, like where is your customer in their journey? What that means is, if I, as a personal brand, if I am selling you something, if I am selling you a songwriting course, okay, for example. So you as a person who are potentially my customer, are you like aware of who I am? And if you are are you willing to buy from me? And if you are willing to buy from me, and have you bought it, have I made that sale come through? And if I made that sale come through, what am I offering, and how am I engaging with you, like after the sale, after the post action, right? That's the when. Where is the channels that I use? Because this is digital marketing. In normal marketing, like you will see like big banners or TV ads or radio ads or newspaper ads. Those are like the classic, like offline modes of marketing. But in digital marketing, we have like Instagram ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, or Spotify. You play Spotify. Those are the ads, because people are consuming digital content and digital data, and like because it's so much hyped. You are like looking at your phone for like 4 5, or your screens for like 4 5 hours per day. It's it's a smart move on the companies that did that market to get there marketing efforts on the media that you are using, right? The channels that the customers use. Why is the marketing objective? Why do you want to sell? What is your objective? Matlab, do you want your customer to buy from you, or do you want them to know first who you are, or like if they have bought it, do you want to engage them and get them into a new course or get them into a community and be a part of the community? That's the marketing objective. And how is what your message, like how will you do it? Like, will you put a Facebook ad, will you put a banner, or will you put out flyers, or whatever the method you use? And the third thing is measure and optimize. All these things, when they're done, you measure and you optimize. You can the the fun fact and the interesting thing about digital marketing is, like, you can measure every aspect of the 7 step framework. All these 6 parts, you can measure it from dot to dot. Who came, from where he came, how he came, how he got to know. All these channels you can, like, Google Forms, through Google Forms and several other domains. So this is the thing. When you can see it, it's a circle. So when, where, and how, and then you measure and optimize according to what you think is fit for your own agenda, right? So from there we come to the first thing. I've not covered all the aspects of this. I've just tried to cover, like, because it's a whole, like, I've written a blog. I can see it right here. I've, like, give you the link to it afterwards. You can read it. I've just covered the specifics and what can you do to, like, probably earn 1 crore in this coming new year as a resolution or something, right? So the first thing is what your offer. Marketing can be only as good as the product or service that is being marketed. Thing is, if you want people to buy from you, you have to solve their problem. If they have a problem, then you have to solve it. If you're not solving any problems that they have, then why the hell would they buy from you? Right? You have to have something for in order for you to have any value. And that something should be valuable to the person that you're offering it to, right? Like, you can, like, you get that, right? So there are 3 steps in which I've segregated this. 3 components. The core components of business, which is same for digital marketing or normal marketing. Value propositions. And third is the business life cycle. Just a second. Put the link in. I'll put that after the thing. Okay. So the first thing is the, just a second. Yeah, the core components of a business. If you are extremely new to marketing or how a business works, these are the core components of any business that anywhere runs, from Amazon to the local chaiwala. This core components, how he functions on its basis. He may not know this, but this is the skeleton of how things work. So first thing is the revenue source, how the business makes it money and what price it charges, right? For, like, example, the chaiwala, well, like, like how much is he selling, and what, at what cost is he selling, right? And the cost, what does it cost to, like, run his business, right? So, like, for example, a tea seller, he must invest in tea, cups, his stall, milk, pani, and all those stuff. Hi. Hi. Okay. So that's the cost, right? The product and service, we are talking about tea sellers here, so it's the basic example. So what the product or service is, how does it benefit the customer? So the product or service is tea, right? And how does it benefit? You would want to drink tea in winters because it's cold. So, and customers, who is your customer? Are you an individual? Are you a business selling to a customer, or some people sell from a business to business? I recently went to do a job interview for a AI marketing portal, which, like, engages companies like Snapdeal and recruits. They help people find the perfect job according to them. That is, find the perfect job that fits their criteria and fits the criteria of the company that they want to hire. So it's like a business to business model, right? The core component help us to understand what the business does, but in itself it's a bit dry. Like, this is just the skeleton of how things function, right? And the business usually likes to articulate why it should be attractive to the customer, what benefits they provide to whom, and they do so in a value proposition. That's the second step. So before we come to that, I'm just want to, like, revenue sources minus the cost is profit. I just looked it up. Like, Netflix as a brand, it has the annual revenue of $6.6 billion in 2019, last year, but their profits is merely $700 million, which is a hell lot of money. But still, compared to 6.6 billion, the profits is still in 700 million. So their cost in production and producing and constantly, feeding in content is really high. So yeah, that's it. Like, revenue minus cost is profit. So coming to the next thing is a value. One second. Yeah, value proposition. So value proposition, this diagram that you see, this is taken from a book called Crossing the Chasm. I don't know how to pronounce that, if I'm pronouncing it right. It's an idea tossed by Geoffrey Moore in his book. So he basically says that there are four things, five things that you, like, can convey in a value proposition. Okay. So value proposition conveys five things: who your target customer is, need of your target customer, what the product or service is, how buying the product and service will benefit the customer, and the unique product and service is different from your competition. So value proposition is basically like mapping out, like, what you want to sell, right? So you can see it there, like, for your target customer, who the statement of need or opportunity, like, why would they want to, like, buy what you're selling, right? Like a chai wala, why would people want to drink tea? Because it's cold and it's nice to have tea, right? Like, it feels nice even though it's not healthy or whatever. So what your product or service is and who is buying, you get the point. This model is to give us a richer understanding of what of the offer, and how to make the products or service up to the mark, so as to fulfill the need of the customer who buys it. So you can, like, read more about this in the blog that I'll link in the end of this webinar. So the third thing is a business life cycle. This is important for you as if you're working in a marketing agency, to understand what the need of the company that you are engaging in is with. So a business may be in four stages. One is the introduction stage. Introduction stage is just starting up, just a startup. As a marketer, you would want to know if you have a business to work with and what are its potential assets. Right at this stage, the sales are low, the costs are high, and there is no, like, little profit. Marketing plan should be focused on building public awareness and creating leads for the business. So people don't know who you are in this stage, right? So your marketing action should, like, be focused on making people aware of who you are, rather than why do you want to buy from us. Like, that will come later. So this is the first stage. Second stage is the growth stage. The sales increase, it reduces the cost, and you make some profit. So here, as a marketer, you would want to keep a systematic and timely check on its growth and plan and your marketing strategy accordingly, right? At this stage, number of sales will increase and the cost will be reduced, and the business would reflect some amount of profit, right? Third stage is the maturity stage. Consistent sales, reduce cost, increase profits. Then you are here, like, then it's a plain, like, as a startup where you wanted to be, then you are reached there. It's a mature stage. You are a company. People know who you are. Like, you are in the market. You have competition in the market, right? You're a part of the market. So in this stage, the business would have to have grown, and, like, at this stage, you would want to devise a marketing plan with the goal of maximizing the profit. Like, आप कितना maximize कर सकते हैं, and the return of investment, like, इतना invest करेंगे तो कितना return मिलेगा हमें. So this is, like, the point. And the last is the decline stage. If your company is declining, if it's going down, what should you do to extend its life cycle? Like, how do you get that graph up? So this is, like, all these three components. In fact, all the components work together as a functional team. It's like playing a football match or playing a guitar. Like, if you can play a note, that doesn't really make a sense. But if you play, like, three notes together, that makes more sense. But if you don't know how to play that note, then you won't be able to play all three in sync, right? So yeah, like, I'm giving you an example because I don't know, anything could be an example. Like, it's a whole. This concept, any concept, is a whole in itself, and it's a part of the whole also, right? So yeah, then who your customer is. Like I said, if you market to everyone, you market to no one. So a customer is a person or an equity who you as a marketer think fits for your business or offer. If you think your customer is everyone, then you're making a classic mistake. So in order to find the customer that fits into your business marketing framework, you need to first think of an audience. There are a lot of different people in the audience, like from housemakers to kids to school going kids to old people to working professionals, everyone, right? So you can group them based on some similar characteristics. A group is called a customer segment. So all the customers in one segment would have the same characteristics. Segments would also overlap with each other, right? Like if like homemakers, right, they have a particular set of characteristics, but also maybe school going children, they also sit at home. Like some characteristics, they're like colliding sets like that. Like if I had, I would visualize it, but yeah, I hope you get it. And like some common characteristics on which you can classify are demographics, lifestyle, beliefs and values, what they believe in, geography, where they are. People from Africa would be totally different from people from China, right? And their behavior, like how they behave. The thing that is really interesting and that gets you the niche, the crux, and the nugget of marketing in digital realm is when you, because in digital you can like gauge and measure everything, anything and everything can be gauged and measured, and that's the beauty, I think, that, and that's why I guess I'm interested in doing this. So after that, this is one of the elements of how to do it. Like empathy maps. Empathy maps is like what, like a psychologist, what he does is like it's like you're tapping into their psyche of a customer. Like what is he thinking? What is he seeing? What is he doing? And what is he feeling? And like people are like really insanely good at doing this. Like if you search for something, like this happened to me, like in real life, I was like searching, or even I guess I was talking about something, like I would like to do a course on something. So my search engine, it knows that I'm thinking about it. I like it's in the back of my mind, right? So while I'm scrolling on Instagram, it would just give me a message like, "Would you want to do this course?" So it's like subconsciously targeting people to get them into your marketing funnel, right? And that is like you can't really do it with normal offline marketing, because the thing is people don't want, like people don't people don't like being sold to, like it's a very bad feeling. Like people don't want to be sold to, right? So after empathy maps, we come into bias persona. What is the bias persona? Persona is the persona. If you have seen that Netflix documentary, it's called Social Dilemma. In that, they say that while you're scrolling Instagram, they tap everything. How long are you looking at the post? Have you liked it? And then they show you according to what you're scrolling, what you're searching, what you're seeing, what you're thinking. So that's how you create a bias persona. Like who, where is he from? What does he like? What does he know? What does he want? What are his pain points? Creating such persona is useful as it helps you to be focused on who your customer is and also brings everyone in the team and company on the same page so that they could focus their efforts and target on that, right? So rather than shifting your gears and trying to market for anyone and everyone, right? So now we come to understanding the Indian customer, because digital marketing in India is really at its like initial baby stage, and India is the seventh largest country in the world and second largest in population. It has like 1.35 billion people living here, right? So the scope for this to advance is humongous. Like you can't even visualize it. All these influencers, all these content creators in America, like they have been doing it from 90s. So that's why they have that. But India mein itna hua nahi hai. They haven't grown to that level. The largest city in India is Bombay. It has a population of 12.5 million, followed by Delhi, which is a population of 11 million. So my point is, this I got this from Sajid Pai. He has written an amazing blog. So he has categorized India into India 1, 2, and 3, three sects. So creating a product or service for each of these three blocks, starting from India 1, and this is the consequence. I'll come back to it. The thing is, like there are 31 million people in India 1, 29 million people in India 2, and 460 million in India 3. And that is the 88% of the workforce. So the thing is, if you are watching this, if you like, because I've invited you on WhatsApp, so you will be in India 1. You are a part of India 1 who like have incomes, like the stable incomes, and like you get it, right. You have a like normal set of lifestyle rather than some person who is in India 3 who's a laborer, who's a daily wage earner or a rickshaw wala. So in the bottom side you can see like we compare to Mexico, India 2 is compared to Philippines, a third is compared to sub-Saharan African, which the capital GDP is like 1.1169, right? That is really low. So what you can do as a marketer or a creator or a designer or a course designer or any, if you are on a digital forum, if you are an active digital participant, then what you should do for India, if you are in India, then create a product or service for each of these three blocks, starting from India 1, and using these profits from this set to invest into the second set. And the thing is, like, you will only gain profit if there is a flow of money. Like, stagnant money won't lead you anywhere. If you want to be rich, then you have to have a flow of money. Like, if you buy a land, invest in it, like you're getting rent, it's a very low level use of that land. You could use it in much more bigger sense, right? So now let's come to the 1 crore framework, right? So that's the clickbaity title. I've covered the when, where, and how from in my blog. You can read it because I didn't want it to be so long. The 1 crore framework is just, you can see it from this graph. It's just, if you have a product that is at 100 rupees, and if you have 1 lakh customers who buy it, then you can get 1 crore, or 1,000 with 10,000 customers. It's just the output is same, but the customer band or people who will qualify, like if you have 100 customers who are like rich and you have a good solid product, then you can sell it for 1 lakh, and like 100 customers would make you 1 crore rupees in like in no time. Or like, depends on who you are and where your position in the market is and what your product is. It depends on that. So number of customers is to the product price will lead you to become a millionaire, probably a billionaire, and yeah, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's come to personal branding. So the thing is, like before, like digital, the digital age, companies were set up. Like you had to have a company, you had to have a business where like people would work for you. You have a workforce, and people are there to offer your services. Like people are there to buy from you. But in today's time, you as a person can be your own personal brand. Like if you have something to offer, then people are there to buy it. And this is why digital platform as a forum is a extremely useful and excessively amazing place to be in. Like this is the place. This is the time. We are living in a goddamn amazing time. So the point is, like, power of personal brand. You as a person can be a brand, and to build a brand, marketing is not only about selling, but it's also about keeping an existing customer happy. So don't aim to be the number one. Be Aim to be the only one. So like prepare a niche that you have and go deeper into that niche. Like if I'm a musician, but I want to teach guitar, right? So I will, if I teach guitar to everyone, there are like lakhs of people doing that. But if I teach guitar to only like people who are under, like who are under the age of 16 and are homeschooled, that is my target audience. My competition like reduces substantially, and if I am the expert in that, I'll be able to get way more profit than the other people who are just floating around in the circumference of stuff, right? I hope that makes sense. This is the mass trust blueprint. We are coming to the end of this. This is the mass trust blueprint. I was given this photo slash framework in the course. So this simply states that how do you, like as a personal brand, as a person, how do you like proceed? First, you learn. Like you have to research what is what that you want to sell, right? Then you learn, then you work or teach it to some people. Like learn, work, then blog or like share or teach. You can use blog because it's a digital platform. Then consult. After you blogging, you're giving your courses out to masses of people. Then people would want to come in and get your consultation because you are an expert in this field, right? Then you consult and then you mentor people. Like people like CEOs, they are getting mentored by people. Like there are people who train CEOs like how to do your job right. It sounds funny, but yeah, that's how it works. Right. Last thing is you after doing everything, then you can start up your own company. So coming to an end, this is the end of the webinar. Thanks for being here. This is the blog that I wrote. I took all this information from this blog. It's a 21-minute read on the Medium platform. And if you just click here, I'll just paste. You want to read this? Wait a second. I'll just paste it on the chat if I can figure out how to. Wait a second. How to do it? Right. So if you want to read it, there's the webinar. Not you, everyone in the meeting. Wait a second. Yeah. You can check that out. It's a 21-minute read. I did intensive research and like took sources from a lot of things. Like I heard this thing in this course, like if you take from one person, it's copying. But if you take from 10 people, it's called research. So that is pretty convenient. So
That's
even
great.
if you're stealing, then steal from not one guy, like steal from 10 people or something. Right? So I hope this was it like did something for you and wasn't a waste of time for you like this time. So that's it. Thank you for helping me complete my assignment, and I'll get paid for this and hopefully. And all right, bye bye. Until next time.